Ravi Bhardwaj and I'm back with lecture series on science. Today I'm going to actually talk about a very important topic which I've been actually thinking throughout my life right from the beginning, when I was about 13 14 years of age, and the question was, who am I and why am I here? I don't know if I have the answer of why am I here, but I think I found the answer of who am I. And it's a very difficult questions. There are a lot of philosophers, there are a lot of scientists, there are a lot of people in this world, who has existed in the past and who currently are existing, thought about this, have written tremendous books, articles, a lot of stuff, both scientifically and philosophically. But it's a very important question. I don't think everyone, any of us actually have understood this. But just to describe who am I, I'm going to describe scientifically, what appears to me, who am I. So in my view, the feeling of I or feeling of body as an individual body is not a real, it's illusion, because in reality I'm first of all not one individual. I'm made up of 37 trillion human cells, and all of these cells actually started with one cell and then then divided, and when I reached the adulthood, there are approximately 37 trillion human cells within my body, which came from that first single cell. And how did the body grew is that cell is a very good something which I would say that nature has created, and its ability to divide and its ability to grow by using atoms from the nature. It does it in plants, and it also does in our bodies, in humans and all other living things, that they can divide, and the material they use to grow is basically atoms, which comes from the universe itself, from earth itself. So that's what happened within my body also. It was one single cell. It started dividing and started using material from the nature, different atoms from the nature, and start building my body. When I reached adulthood, I have about 37 trillion human cells, as I said, but the story doesn't end there. I also host about 3 times more microbes than my own human cells, and there are about 100 trillion microbes, different type of bacteria, viruses, fungus, many different microbes also lives within my body in a symbiotic relationship. So I'm not just one individual. Just think about it. When we say I, it actually should mean we, because I'm representing all those 37 trillion human cells, and 100 trillion microbial cells within my body. So my body is more like a mini universe itself, and I call it a living, breathing mini universe, which gets the atoms from the universe itself, and when I die, those atoms goes back. Now, feeling of I, why do I feel that I'm different than rest of the universe, even though I'm made up of the same material which earth is made up of, or the universe has? Why do I distinguish myself from rest of the universe? And that's a very tricky question, because life itself, as I said, that cell separated itself from rest of the universe, and that happened when the life started on this planet. And then that one cell has actually led to multicellular organisms, to plant life and human life, and I'm one of that. And this has to go on, because otherwise life would disappear from this planet and earth would become dead planet, right? So life has to continue. It's like passing the torch from one individual to next generation, and next and next, and so on and so forth, and are constantly evolving as well. When we talk about, for example, this feeling of I, how and where it is being created, so just think about it. It is being created within our brain, and our neurons, they are not connected to each other, right? So they send chemical and electrical signals to communicate. The most important part within our brain is memory. If I don't remember who am I tomorrow morning, then I don't exist. and it's the memory part which keeps us, first of all, keeps telling us this is what I am, this is who am I, right? And tells us as if I'm one individual. In reality, I'm bag of atoms. I'm bag of 7 multiplied by 10, raised to power 27, 7 octillion atoms. That's what I am. And constantly atoms are entering my body and atoms are also exiting my body. When I breathe in, I take atmospheric atoms like oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, all these gases goes in. I use the oxygen, I give back the carbon dioxide. Also, when I eat food, that food contains carbohydrates, proteins, fats. All this food also converted into energy by our cells using ATP process. So basically it's all play of atoms, and what is creating in my brain is so that I could or animals could live, is that false sense of individual and then false sense of me, and that's what makes us going, because that's how we hunt for food and try to survive in this world. But in reality there is no me, because the part which is saying me is energy, basically, which is being produced by brain. It's more like, you have matter here and you have a cloud here, so the thoughts are here. It's more like electrical signal which is using all these neurons to create fake identity, and that tells me it's one. Whereas reality is that I'm not one, I'm 37 trillion cells plus 100 trillion microbial organisms. So it's more like one mini universe itself. One more thing I want to say is, according to science, cell is mostly, it's like a unit, which works and knows how to read DNA instructions, but in the end its job is to produce protein and energy, and when trillions of cells produce that energy, that's how we are able to walk and run and do stuff, daily chores. Also, it's very important to understand that when we die, all these atoms goes back, but we don't have to die to give the atoms also entering our body daily and exiting our body daily. So in my view, our body is more like an organic mini micro universe itself, and as long as we live, we have this false sense of I. When we die, that false sense of I with our memory also dies. And out of the 14 billion years, when this universe was formed, we were never here ever in the same form, and we will never ever be here in the same form again, because you need this exactly same parents, the same conditions to have genetically, a clone of you, which is not possible. Thank you for watching.